Episode 13, the Jmack Experience Podcast. Eddie Nason in the building. How you feeling, man?
Feeling
Behind
good,
the scenes.
Oh, shoot, I'm on camera.
We're here.
I'm feeling great, baby. Let's rock and roll here.
Episode 13, behind the scenes. Eddie Nason. Can't wait to have you on the platform. Thanks for showing up.
Thank you for having me, man.
You already
Happy
know.
to be here.
You already know. All right, we're back, and we got a very, very special guest on the show. And thank you so much for coming out, man. This is a very special guest. And I know it's been a few cancellations lately, man, but thank you so much. I want to give you a round of applause, man. And we appreciate you for coming out on our platform. It's an honor to have you on the show, man. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, everybody.
How you been feeling, man? How's everything going?
I've been feeling all right. Yeah, just going with the flow with things lately, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I kind of have some heartburn going on right now. I was wondering if the producers happen to have any Tums lying around or some shit. I don't know.
Hold on, let me hit up my pharmacist. Yo, you got Tums in the back?
Nah, it's all good.
Why is your heart burning? What's going on?
I don't know. I haven't been eating good the last couple of days.
Really?
Yeah, Sunday football got me all fucked up.
Yeah, well, who's your team? Who you going for this year?
You know I'm a Giants fan, baby.
Oh, you fucks with the Giants. Oh, yo, that's why I like you so much, Eddie Nason, man. Yo, shout outs to Eddie Nason, man. Episode 13. It's an honor to have you here once again. You've been busy? Been staying busy?
Staying busy. Relatively busy. You know, it's things, the gigs come and go. They come in waves. July was super busy. August kind of fell off a little bit. Things are kind of picking up again now. It's you know, I actually had an in-person audition today, which is wild. Like, that never happens nowadays. Everything's like, you know, self-tape in your own home, you know, like.
Well, this is going to be a very special episode 13. Eddie Nason is an actor, something different for everybody out there. And actually the first actor that we've had on our show. He's done extra work. You've been in a musical, right? Somewhat. You've done plays.
I started doing a musical, then I dropped off of it to do Tony and Tina's Wedding that came into Providence.
Wow, that's awesome. He's also done modeling work.
Oh,
right?
Tons.
He's got a film on Amazon. Listen, he's working. He's out here working. And we want to give you another round of applause for coming out here once again. Episode 13, man. Eddie Nason.
Thank you.
We're going to get into this intro, and you already know, the Jmack Experience Podcast. Welcome to the Jmack Experience Podcast. This show is for motivational purposes only. However, we will not be politically correct, but our goal is to inspire those who listen and watch the show. Thanks for tuning in. Please be sure to follow us at the Jmack Experience Podcast and email us if you would like to be a guest on our platform at the Jmack Experience Podcast at gmail.com. Peace. Eddie Nason, man. Once again, not only is it an honor to have you on the show, you know, you've been a good friend of mine. I want to thank you while we're here today, you know, for, you know, giving me some pointers on, you know, the whole acting game. You know, for those of you who don't know out there, I did my thing with the acting thing back in the day. But, you know, I kind of like got off track with it. And, you know, Eddie Nason over here put me on with a few things. And I want to thank you for that, man. You know what I mean? So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And that goes a long way because a lot of people nowadays don't really put people onto anything. You know, they're like,
right.
Whatever, you figure it out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So that goes a long way. But welcome once again, and thank you for joining us on the Jmack Experience Podcast. And for everyone out there who don't know you and who's watching this right now, would you like to let everybody know what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Edward Paul Nason. I'm from Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
Nice.
But I go by Eddie.
Eddie Nason.
Yeah.
Correct. Because that's what they call you, Eddie Nason, right? That's like the stage name.
Yeah, it's funny. I everybody used to call me Ed, and then I was like, "Well, my stage name's gonna be Eddie." and then people started calling me Eddie. It's
Yeah.
a weird thing, and I just started
It
introducing
stuck
myself.
with you?
Yeah, it stuck with me,
Gotcha.
and I feel like an Eddie.
Yeah,
I
like
just
an
feel
Eddie.
like
You're
an
like,
Eddie. You
hey,
know what I mean?
Eddie.
Yeah, I just for some reason I feel like that. So.
That's dope. That's dope. Now, where you from? You said Pawtucket. You said, right?
Yeah, so I'm from Pawtucket.
You grew up in Pawtucket? Your
I
whole life?
did, yeah. Born and raised in Pawtucket.
Wow, that's crazy.
I live in Providence, Rhode Island now.
Now, okay.
So
How's the transition for you?
I love Providence.
You like
Providence is a
Providence?
great city. It's
Yeah.
I always tell people like Providence is a scaled down, less chaotic or hectic Boston experience. You know what I mean? We have
Yeah.
all the same, all great restaurants, nightlife.
It is the number one one of the number one culinary states. You know, Rhode
Oh yeah,
Island,
because
period.
we got Johnson and Wales.
Yeah,
in Providence.
yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
so we have great food here in Providence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Providence.
You love being from New England, huh?
If I could do it my way, I'd probably like have a coastal home in Rhode Island.
Like where? By the beach and all that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What about the lighthouse? Would you ever live on a lighthouse? Like one of those by the lighthouse and shit?
Hell no.
Nah, right? Nah, there was something in a lighthouse. I seen a post about that.
Somewhere
like,
close to it.
Yeah,
but
yeah, right.
Yeah, no. I'd want to be like Taylor Swift's neighbor down in Westerly. Or some
Word,
shit.
she got a nice crib, I heard. Yeah, that's lit. Shout outs to Taylor Swift. Yo, matter of fact, Taylor Swift, she won mad awards the other day. Like, it was crazy. You seen the VMAs?
No, I didn't watch him.
She was killing it. She won I think she got almost every VMA. Shout outs to Taylor Swift. She's been killing it. You know, I'm big into music, so that was crazy.
Yeah,
you know. But all right, so growing up Pawtucket. Now, and you never lived nowhere else? Like you never lived down south, you never lived overseas. Cause what's your nationality?
Well, growing up I was always told I'm Italian Irish.
Irish.
I grew up very much in like an Italian American household. You know, good food always being made because it was a tenement house. My grandmother lived downstairs. We were on the second floor. So like no matter what I did,
very family oriented.
Yeah, and it was just always good Italian home cooked food
meals
being made in the house.
Yeah. Ain't nothing better than that.
Nothing is better.
It's like
than that.
People don't even cook no more. It's crazy. Like some do, but that good old traditional.
It is a commitment.
That's what we're missing now.
It's a commitment, dude.
Yeah. Like that Sunday dinner. Remember that? Every Sunday, everybody come over.
Yep.
Those things are missed.
They really are, actually. You're absolutely right about that. But yeah, no, I did like the DNA test with myheritage.com, and
you did that shit?
Yeah, dude.
How much was it? Is it expensive?
No, it was like $75. But
yeah. What made you want to do it?
All right, so I never met my biological grandfather because he apparently
he vanished,
burnt. He died in a
he died.
House fire.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh yeah,
he was like a criminal. Apparently, my biological grandfather was a criminal, and he was pulling some kind of arsony thing, and he ended up killing himself in a house fire.
That's crazy.
So my grandmother married my papa, and he adopted my dad, which is why I got the last the last name Nason is my inherited last name. That shouldn't even be my last name biologically. My last name should be some like Polish last name pronounced Gush.
Gush.
Yo, I don't. So I'm like, that would not be my stage name.
Eddie Gush.
Eddie Gush.
Sounds like a basketball player. Eddie Gush for 3.
So yeah, no, I was not. I was just like wondering about my actual heritage, you know. And it turns out the Irish in me is like mainly English and I think Scandinavian. Like my breakdown is like crazy. I got so much shit in my bloodline. It's kind of out of control. So I'm a mutt.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking mutt.
Whatever. It is what it is. All right, so you grew up more or less with both of your parents, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, but they divorced when I was a teenager.
Okay, and are you the only sibling?
Mm-mm.
You have
I got
brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I got 2 older sisters. Yep.
And then, all right. So what I'm trying to lead to is like growing up. What were you into? Like, were you into acting or like?
Oh no,
What'd you do growing up? You play sports?
I grew up in my neighborhood in Pawtucket with like most of my cousins around, neighborhood friends around at all times. Like we had our own little crew in my neighborhood.
Word.
Um,
Y'all probably got all the bitches back in the day.
I didn't. I can't. You know,
I ain't gonna front.
my cousins did. They did all right for themselves.
Y'all was chilling out there.
So my hormones kicked in later in life.
Word.
I was like timid in front.
So you was the shy kid.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, that's crazy. But, so all right, so you had your crew.
Yeah, we played a lot of sports, man.
What were you into? What was your favorite sport? Football?
Early on, baseball and football.
No basketball?
Basketball came at when I was like 12, 13.
Gotcha.
And then basketball became my sport.
See, New Yorkers love basketball.
I love basketball.
That's like our first sport growing up.
I always tell people, basketball is my...
And boxing. That was like our favorite sports. Like
boxing.
Because that's all we could afford. We can't really buy baseball equipment. You know what I mean? Like, you could buy gloves and a fucking ball.
Yeah,
you
but
know
boxing's not as easy to get into as basketball. You know what I mean? Like, you get yourself a rock and you go to the
right,
courts.
Yeah.
Like,
no, but people boxing her. People slap box. You know what I mean?
Outside
like,
and shit?
Yeah, we used to slap box each other. Or we'll put the gloves on. We'll have gloves. And we'll just fight each other with the gloves, like
no kidding,
like on some crazy shit.
Well, don't
like,
get me wrong, we did that too.
Yeah, like you know. But that's what I say is the cheapest sports. Like if you play baseball, you need the bat, you need the gloves.
Yeah.
It's expensive. Play hockey, you know how expensive that shit is. You know what I mean? Football is mad expensive. You got all get the knee pads, the this, the that, like all that. Yep. That's what I'm saying. Boxing and basketball is like the cheapest sport if you think about it.
A buddy of mine,
you know what I mean?
My boy Anthony, who does stunts, he always jokes on me. He's like, "Oh, basketball's the poor man's sport." Like,
it is. All you need is a ball and some sneakers.
That's it. Yeah, you can tack a milk crate to a telephone pole and play some baseball. But
all right. So yeah, I used to play football and all that. So
just to get 2-hand touch in the street.
Yeah.
You know, hitting up a field, playing a game of tackle football. Like we'd wrangle. My older cousin. Clint was actually kind of like the ringleader of it all. Like he wrangled everybody. He souped up everybody to come play football. I'll be like, I don't really feel like it today. He's like, nah, man, come. Like, you know, he just got everybody down to play some football because he was so into it.
Now, people would knock on your door back in the days. They'll drag you out the house. Like, you remember that? Like, you'd be like, I don't want to play today. They're like, nah, you got to come outside. We need an extra person.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, so then basketball just became my sport. I played all through high school. I wasn't a standout by any means. I was like a bench warmer. And
that's crazy. You remind me of like Leonardo DiCaprio in Basketball Diaries. Like when he was just playing in he was just playing on the team, but they weren't really using him for the game.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me. Like I was the only freshman in my class to make the JV basketball squad.
Yeah.
But I didn't get any playing time. They just put me on the team because like I think they saw like a lot of hustle in me and shit like that because I tried hard on defense and I tried hard in practice. I tried hard, but I was always good at street ball. And And they never helped me like build a confidence in organized ball.
Yeah.
So
it's completely different.
It really is. Yeah. It really is. Yeah. So, but then I started running cross country and track in high school as well.
You did cross country? That's fucking dope. I wish I could run.
I literally did cross country.
That's fucking dope.
You can run.
How is that? No, I jog. I could jog.
I know.
But I don't run yet. Like, you know, running, full blown running, like
you're
cross country.
You're not full blown running in cross country. You're
no. I want to be able to sprint.
Pacing yourself.
But you could sprint and all that. Did you just sprint?
Yeah, because I did track too.
Yeah. How was that? That was dope. Did you win any medals and shit?
I placed in the state meet, but that was about it.
Yeah,
you know?
It's hard, right? There's a lot of people that they're nasty. They can fucking run.
Oh yeah. Actually, I had a kid on my team who won first place in the state meet. Like he was.
Damn.
That dude got a full ride to University of New Haven.
Wow, in
for running.
Connecticut?
Yep.
That's crazy. Shout outs to him, yo. That's fucking nuts.
But yeah, no, I literally only started running cross country to condition myself for basketball season, because whenever tryouts came around for basketball, you'd do like the first couple of days and you'd be so sore as hell
Yeah,
because you hadn't been, conditioning yourself between the months of September till, December.
right.
So you'd be so sore. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna run cross country. And
Now-
you know what? Cross country was my best experience in high school. My coach was an awesome mentor to me. Like during that time, with my parents and that craziness that I was dealing with, after they divorced and everything. Like
Yeah.
he's just like a total mentor figure for me to like. He'd have us over at his house.
Your coach.
Yeah, he'd have us over his house.
Yeah, I used to watch movies.
Not to watch movies, just like the night before a race.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
like have like a
Like
big
a get-together?
pasta dinner. That's a big thing. Like
Like
we're
a
running.
family thing.
Yeah. We just had exactly the team, the cross country team we had such a cool camaraderie
Right.
going on. You know what I mean? I made some of my best friends in high school were on the team. I kind of lost touch with them over the years, but yeah. So I was, as a kid growing up all through high school, man, I was an athlete.
You was an athlete.
My mom would always be like, you should try out chorus. Do chorus.
You
in
look like
school."
you used to sing tenor and shit. in high
And I'm
school.
like,
You sang?
no,
Let me
I didn't.
find out.
No, I didn't.
You look like you could sing tenor. Yo, I used to, tenor is like the dude that could sing high notes.
Yeah, I can get up there.
Yo, I know you can't, cause I swear, so not to cut you off, in high school, right? I took fucking singing class. I ain't even gonna hold you.
No,
And I did, they put me as bass, right? And then there used to be a kid, there was this white dude. He was like, he had the varsity jacket and shit. He used to play football, but he could sing, yo. You like good looking white kid. Yo, he used to sing tenor, bro. This dude could sing. All the shorties would be like, oh, yo. It used to be hilarious, bro. Yo, I used to be smoking mad bud. Because in high school, I used to smoke mad weed.
Yeah.
I used to go to that class. Yo, I used to be dying, laughing. Like, it looked like a movie. Like, one of those, like, movies, like, with the high school jock and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yo, he'll be singing, like...
What school did you go to in
I
New
went
York?
to Lehman High School in the Bronx.
In the Bronx, okay.
Yeah, it was hilarious. There used to be Italians there. They, because New York's the melting pot. So,
So
there's people from all over.
I'm not super
We had
familiar with the
Albanians
Bronx.
there. We had
What
Albanians.
neighborhood is that in the Bronx?
That's in East Tremont. It's by Westchester Square, by Castle Hills there. There's Catholic schools there. There's St. Raymond's. They have good basketball players that come out of St. Raymond's. But yeah, like Castle Hills, where Remy Martin's from, the rapper, the girl rapper.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I can't say I'm familiar with that part of Bronx.
Yeah. Shout outs to Remy Martin. Shout outs to Fat Joe, man. But yeah, growing up, man, like I'm from Queens originally, but I went to school in the Bronx. Like it's crazy. So I got to see all sides of that's why I love New York so much. And I grew up in Harlem too. So I was in Harlem, the Bronx, Queens, like I used to be everywhere.
As a teenager, I honestly just became
And I used to come out here too.
Oh, really?
I used to come out here in the summers.
You have family here?
I have family, yeah.
Okay.
So I have a lot of family out here. So I used to come out here in the summers, and I used to be like, yo, this shit's whack out here and all this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was different back then in the 90s, but I love it out here, man. Shout outs to Providence, man. Real talk.
Yeah, real talk. But
Providence.
a little fun fact about me is that I am I'm a New York sports fan, and I get I catch a lot of flack for it because well, all right, so I'll be honest with you. Baseball, football, basketball. Growing up, was a Sox fan, right? But as a teenager, I just became super infatuated with New York City. I love New York City.
Yeah, man.
It is just the greatest city.
It's like,
on the planet.
It's nothing like it.
And
it's not, I just went like 2 weeks ago. It's just not like it.
Yeah, the energy of that city is like none other.
Even if you go to other countries, it just doesn't match.
Yeah.
Like I'm there for a few hours and I just feel like, wow, I'm here. And I'm from there my whole life and I still feel that feeling every time I step there. Like it's crazy. But
And like you could party till 5 a.m. and not even blink an eye.
Sometimes till like 12 in the afternoon, bro. The whole day. It's crazy. The whole next day. It's wild.
But when I was a kid, my grandfather was a Giants fan because the Patriots,
really,
the New England Patriots,
they were horrible, right?
They sucked when I was a kid. So just like inherently, I became a Giants fan.
That's crazy, yo.
And then
you're like the first New Englander I ever met that's a Giants fan.
Really?
Ever in my life?
Because I feel like there's more than you might realize.
Nah, I'm a Giants fan. The only team I don't like that's not from New York, not to cut you off, is I don't like the Knicks. I'm a Bulls fan because of Jordan.
All right.
I'm a Jordan
That's
fanatic. Yeah.
But see, I loved the Knicks. Especially
you like the Knicks too? You don't like Boston?
When the Knicks had
wow, Bird is nasty though.
I love Boston now.
Yeah.
And I loved Boston. I just like go back and forth, to be honest with you, because.
So wait, you used to like the Knicks?
When the Knicks had
John Starks, Patrick Ewing.
Nope, the Latrell Sprewell, Larry Johnson, Marcus Camby, Allen Houston, Chris Childs.
Jeez, you talking some shit right now.
That was my.
That's crazy. I didn't even know you liked the Knicks.
Yeah. But I love it.
And they got a dope color. The orange with the blue, that's a fire color. Like you care for it.
It's good. But I have to say, the Celtics. I am rooting for the Celtics right now. Like
you like your Celtics.
Yeah, the Celtics.
So what are you right now? What's your teams? You like the Giants still?
So Giants fan.
Let's talk that talk.
Giants fan in football.
It's sports season.
Giants.
It's football season, actually. You know.
Go G-men. Let's
go. Let's fucking go. We need one.
Y'all went.
It's been a while.
60-0 in the first 6 quarters
of
the season.
What's going on?
But they made an epic comeback in their last game. So Giants for football.
So you're fucking with the Giants though.
Yep. Definitely
Good
the
shit.
Celtics.
Let's get it.
Definitely the Celtics.
So if the Giants make the Super Bowl this year, we're watching the game. We gotta watch the game. I know you was a Giants fan. That's crazy. I'm a Giants fan too. That's fucking nuts.
And then baseball, I'm just like.
What do you like for baseball? I like the Yankees, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm from Queens. I never been a Mets fan. Could you believe that shit? I should have been a Mets fan.
You should be a Mets fan.
Yeah, and I live 4 blocks away from Shea Stadium my whole life. I'm from Corona, Queens. Shea Stadium is right in Corona.
Okay.
Never been a Mets fan though. Only because I'm Puerto Rican, so Puerto Ricans love the Yankees. Just like Italians love the Yankees. The same thing. We love the Yankees. Like so my whole family loves the Yankees. So it's just like I gotta go with the Yankees.
Wait, is the new Citibank field?
But I fuck with the Mets too. Yeah, Citi Field. Yeah, the Citi Field is
Citi Field is
and
then,
on
the old Shea Stadium property?
Then Corona, Queens, where I'm from, has the US Open too, the tennis shit. So they have the tennis
shit.
and we got
that just
the
went
Mets.
Down. Yeah, that was a great.
Yeah, we got
US
both
Open.
of them shits where I'm from.
That was a really great US Open. I watched some of those matches.
Oh, you like tennis too?
I don't really.
But you keep up with it, right?
The US Open is just one of those events that you kind of have to.
You got to tune in.
Into, yeah.
Even Lil Wayne was fucking watching that shit.
Yeah. That event draws a lot of people there.
That's crazy. All right, so you going you like the G-men? You said you fuck with the Celtics. And then what about baseball? You didn't get to baseball. Boston? Yeah, you going with the Red Sox. I already feel it.
No, I honestly am like indifferent about it. I'm just
Wait, you don't like the Yankees?
Yeah, I do. I love
you're
Yankees.
Italian. You gotta fuck with the Yankees.
I love the Yankees.
Joe DiMaggio. Let's take it back. Throwback. Babe Ruth. Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle. He played for the Red Sox. I know. But he left as a Yankee. He finished as a Yankee. We got him as a Yankee.
So I buy ball caps of all my favorite places to be. So I went to school in Philly for a short time. So like I got a Phillies cap. I kind of like the Phillies, because
You like the Phillies?
I got ties to Philly.
And that's different.
I got ties to Philly, so I do like the Phillies a little bit. But yeah, like.
All right, so whatever. You don't go. What about hockey? You like hockey?
Nah, I don't give a shit about hockey. To be honest with you, like like everybody was up in arms because the Bruins blew it.
I'm a Rangers fan. I fuck with my Rangers. See, I would go for New York. I'm a Rangers.
I couldn't have cared less.
They
about the
came
Bruins
close last
losing.
year. The Rangers.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all right, so now I'm trying to lead up. This ain't a sports show. This is about your life. It's called the motivational purpose only. It's about you.
Oh,
so now what got you into
sorry.
acting? What got you? That's what I'm trying to lead to. So you did sports.
All right, so I mean,
What got you into acting?
I was in my early 20s, hustling, doing odd jobs around town, like whatever.
Life hit you.
Yeah,
There was no more sports. You wasn't gonna be a fucking Jerry Maguire.
Nope. Absolutely not.
Nothing happened. You ended up just working. Bullshit jobs.
Going to school. I was studying.
Damn. What was you studying?
At the time.
What did you want to become?
At the time, I think I had finished my associate's degree at the community college. Snooze fest. No, I was studying finance. I was studying marketing with a concentration in finance at Johnson & Wales, actually. And again, I was
shout out to everybody there. You have money for Johnson & Wales?
No, I was in the continuing ed program.
My boy Eddie has some paper.
Continuing education program.
Nice.
Classes ain't the same.
And then all right, so then
rates.
How'd you get into the acting thing?
So yeah, I just simply was doing some weird like labor job downtown in my hometown, and I got approached by the artistic director of a community theater based out of Pawtucket. And he was like, "Hey man, are you an actor?" And I was like, "No, but I'd like to be." And he just invited me randomly to come read with him some Shakespearean shit for a play that he was putting up that following summer, same summer. So I went in and read with him, and like with his guidance, he kind of coached me through, because like at first I'm reading it like, as you see it on the page, like blah 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 blah, and then he's like, throw some emotion behind it, like do, and I brought a little energy to it, and he was like, all right man, you can read, Next day, he fucking offered me a lead part in the play, and I was like,
"What? I don't know, yo, that's crazy."
And I was like, "Do I want to do this?" Like, I kind of always had the itch to do something in the arts. Like I mentioned before, briefly, my mom always told me like, you should join chorus and do something like that. I think I mentioned that.
Yeah, you did.
Right? And so, yeah, I always had the itch to maybe do something like in the arts.
So pretty much, not to cut you off, you ended up just trying out, went for it, and you ended up getting the lead role.
It wasn't even a tryout. It was
you
more
just
guided.
You just went for it.
Yeah.
So that's a word for everybody out there. Just go for it, man. You never know what's going to happen. We're going to take a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. If you have a niche for podcasting, look no further. Come to the Factory Podcast Room in West Warwick, Rhode Island. Come to the Factory Podcast Room and get your podcast on. Hit up Franco for your podcast. Tell him the Jmack Experience Podcast referred you at the Factory Podcast Room in West Warwick, Rhode Island. Peace. All right, we're back. And that was a word from our sponsor. Make sure you hit a Franco and come to the Factory Podcast Room in West Warwick, Rhode Island, and get your podcasts on. And before we get into the rest of the podcast, I want to get into Album of the Week. Album of the Week this week is Album of the Week on the Jmack Experience Podcast. Album of the Week this week is Nas Magic 3. It's fire. Make sure everybody go out there and listen to that. Movie of the week on the Jmack Experience Podcast is The Expendables 4. Pause. With Sylvester Stallone and Megan Fox. Yo, Megan Fox?
She did a movie.
I think I'm gonna watch it just for that one.
She did a movie in Rhode Island.
She did? Which one?
She was here in Rhode Island. What the hell is the name of that? It's called. It was done by the Verdi production guys down in East Greenwich. Johnny and Clyde. It's called
Johnny and Clyde.
And I ain't plugging that shit, but it was called Johnny and Clyde because those fuckers don't reach out to me to hit me up with auditions. Yeah.
All right, so what we left off at was that's what got you into acting, more or less. The guy told you to do the role, you did the role, you got the main role.
Yeah, I
And then where'd you go from there?
I was like, should I do this? Should I not do this? I tested my hand at it. I guess I did okay with it. Like I got some real good feedback and publicity from, you know, local newspapers and shit like that. And
Oh, you was on the paper and everything?
yeah, I got some.
Oh
good
shit,
publicity
yo!
on
Shout outs to you,
on
man.
that
Things
gig.
were going good for you.
It's going alright. For like a introduction to the whole thing, you know. Theater's different from film, you know. I gotta say, it's
You still got the newspaper article?
I do. I have a collection of them here in my files. Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, just like, you know, I got a lot of what am I trying to say? It just words of encouragement from my fellow castmates, and
It made you feel like this
show.
was what you wanted to do, right?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, even the director Ricardo himself, he was like, man, you can be an actor. He's like,
Wow.
you can be an actor. And
So
I'm
is
like,
that all it took?
that kind of was all it took, and I was like,
That's
all right,
what's
so I'm
up.
gonna do this shit. And then that very first summer, the summer that I did that play, there was a movie filming in Providence called The Education of Charlie Banks.
Nice.
And I was doing valet parking on the side at the time. And I think a buddy of mine was like, oh, did you hear about this movie filming in Providence, like in this local casting agency looking for people to... So he gave me the email to submit to. I submitted to it. I got cast to play a basketball player in a scene with Jesse Eisenberg,
Wow.
this dude, Chris Marquette, who I'm not sure like you hear much about nowadays. Jason Ritter, John Ritter's son,
Wow.
was in the scene. I don't really work with him, but like I literally played 3-on-3 full court basketball for like 3 hours with Jesse Eisenberg and company, while the camera just like panned up and down the court.
You probably
know
couldn't
what I'm
believe
saying?
it.
It was really cool, and I was like, yo, this is fucking
This is
cool.
what I want to
There
do.
was, if you see the finished product, there was no continuity in the scene, but like that experience for me was like, yo, I want to fucking,
I want to be an actor.
I want to transition to TV and film. Like, this is awesome. You know what I mean?
That's
I
dope.
really liked it, and the scene itself was set in like the late 70s, early 80s or something. So we had to shoot it at a nearby high school that has a very antiquated gymnasium that looks, you know, that era. They had us in like little short fucking tight ass basketball shorts with Chuck Taylors playing full court basketball. It was a lot of fun, I gotta say. It was really a lot of fun, and I was like, yeah, so this is the direction I want to go.
Dope.
And then from there, I kept on doing plays, lots of plays, different stuff, Shakespeareans, you know, classical stuff, contemporary stuff. But then I started pivoting a little bit, getting into student film.
Nice.
There's a lot of good film schools in the area.
So like
You got RISD.
independent stuff?
Well, student films wouldn't necessarily be classified as independents, but they're exactly what they are. They're student films. It's like,
Right.
you know, you got RISD kids, you got Emerson kids, you got Boston University kids.
So what did you do specifically with them? More or less.
Well, I did a movie with a guy, Kevin, who was graduating from a school called Mass Art near Northeastern University in Boston. He was doing his first feature film. I think he had already graduated, so this was like his first feature film coming out of college.
And
so,
that's cool.
So I guess that's not necessarily a student film. That would be more of like an indie film. But it was called Serena and the Rats, and I had
Wow.
I had a nice little part in that. It wasn't like a major role or anything, but you know, it's out there somewhere. I don't know where that movie landed.
Now, when you say what, that's what I wanted to ask you. You know, what roles do you like to play? Like, what kind of roles are like your favorite? Like, what kind of genres of movies? Do you like horror movies? Do you like action film? Like, if you could become a major actor, like a movie star, we'll
Yeah.
say, because you know they don't say mainstream in acting. They say movie star. Like
Yeah.
if you could be a movie star tomorrow, like what would be your number one pick? Like for like, well, number two, like two picks. Would you like horror,
No,
action film, comedy? What's your thing? What do you like to do? Drama?
I would like to do.
I can see you like in dramas or like
Yeah, I would like to do dramas.
drama, right?
Definitely
All day.
dramas.
Maybe
Definitely
like
story, good story.
I can see you like science fiction too. Like an alien movie. Like a Harry Potter and shit like that. You don't think like a what's the other one? Twilight. Those were big movies, bro.
All right, I could see myself in like doing a Twilight thing.
Yeah, you
But
could
I'd
be
be
like
more-
that dude Edward, the wolf. Yo, girls love that fucking dude, bro.
For some odd
You gotta
reason-
have the
for
looks,
some
bro.
odd reason, fuck it.
Yo, they made money off that fucking
Yeah.
Twilight.
No,
That's
I
why that
would-
was big.
Yeah, I would jump on a gig like that in a heartbeat. But no, more. Yeah, I want to do action. I want to do dramas. I want to do thrillers. I want to do even sports.
You could do horror
Movies.
too. You could definitely do
I
horror.
probably do horror too. I've done horror. You know,
You done horror? What horror films have you done? I gotta hear this shit.
I got a movie called Crypsis on. Right now, it's on Freevee and Tubi. It's
Nice.
It was shot
And they could
as a horror
they could
film.
download that right now.
Well, they could stream it.
You're the man, bro.
They could stream it. I don't know if they can download it.
They could download it. They could probably buy it too. Crips is an independent film, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, that's fire. Shout outs to you, man. You got an official film on Amazon that they can check. What's it called again?
Crypsis.
And you had a good role in that?
CRYPSIS.
What was you? What,
I
what was you-
played the lead role in that. That was
Oh shit! My boy out here doing his thing. That's dope.
yeah, it's like a film about a group of guys who take on a bet to see if who can survive on this like creepy remote island for, several days. And over the course of time they have to like document certain little things,
Yeah.
and then come back.
And don't you got one right now that is? I watched it actually because you did. It's a short film. It's a horror too. It's
Well, it's not technically
the
horror.
the Amityville one.
Oh,
Well,
Amity. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not technically horror. That's
more like an
So-
investigative.
yeah. We're definitely touching on the Amityville horror.
You did your thing on that one.
thing. I got to play
What's the name?
lawyer role in that. So it's called the full name. It was shot as a proof of concept. So the full name of it is Amityville: The People of New York versus Ronald J. DeFeo Jr.
Hey.
It's the longest goddamn fucking movie title ever known to man.
So you have to type in the whole shit to get the movie?
Well, if you want to see it on YouTube, yeah.
Oh shit!
the
It's
whole-
on YouTube right now for free.
It's about a 30-minute proof of concept. It was shot as a proof of concept because the producer, the writer, director, they're looking for additional funding to
Do the movie.
finish making the movie essentially. And
Nice.
I got to say the proof of concept came out really well done. It was I had a awesome time playing the role that I played in it,
What was your role?
So essentially the story we're telling is all of the aftermath, the legal aftermath that followed the Amityville horror.
Right.
So I play the New York State prosecutor that's trying to take
Yeah.
down Ronald J. DeFeo Jr. for the 6 crimes of
Which I already know. He looks
That
stressed.
he
He be on the couch and shit. You guys gotta watch it. Yo, you did your thing in that shit. He was on the couch. Shorty was talking to you. He was like, I can't be bothered. Yo, that shit was tough. Yo, you did shit.
yeah.
Fucking loved it. I was like,
Thank
yo, that's my boy. That's fucking ill.
Thank you for
You
watching.
fucking did your thing. Yeah, I gotta check it out. What's it
So-
called again? Tell him again. What's it called?
God damn
Give
it.
him the title one more time.
Amityville: The People of New York versus Ronald J. DeFeo Jr.
Yo, that's a good one. And what else? What else you got out right now? What else are you working on?
Let's think. I got a lot of shit in film festivals right now, man, all around the country. We just were at the Chinese Theater for a film called Pacific Coast that I did with the Mark Kiefer creative crew. I only day played on that, but it came out so well done. My buddies Taylor and Liam, they just carried this movie. They starred in it, and they played brothers. It's like a brother road trip flick. Two brothers got to figure out how to deal with their father, who's like widowed and maybe coming into like, dementia and stuff like that. So they got to figure out where to place him, what kind of nursing home to place him in, and stuff like
Gotcha.
that. Yeah, Taylor and Liam, they did an amazing job in the film, and so that just screened at, oh shit, what was the name of that film festival? It was at the Chinese Theater in LA. We got stuff all over the place. I did a short film called Fishtail, which is it was a fun gig, where it's like the ghosts of Ernest Hemingway and
Oh, that's dope.
Herman Melville meet up in the attic of some like creepy house on Nantucket, and they have a dispute over like, essentially my character Herman Melville's accusing Ernest Hemingway of like stealing the idea of the novel. Like he pretty much copied my book Moby Dick to make his famous novel, which the title's escaping me right now. But it's like a little sketch comedy thing. It was a lot of fun. We shot it in Nantucket. So that's going to be at a film festival in Nantucket in October.
Nice.
What else I got? What else is going on? Oh, we got a premiere coming up for a movie called Everwinter Night.
Nice.
Yeah. Big shout out to Everwinter Night and the But It Did Happen Productions crew up in New Hampshire.
Nice. Shout out to them.
This was like a total experimental film that we did.
Just like for the fuck of it type shit?
Yeah, honest to God, man. Like, so we were gearing up to do an entirely different production, an entirely different screenplay. But with contract issues and certain bullshit that came about, it wasn't going to happen because of money. So they decided, they had a budget in place. They wanted to still make a movie. So they decided they were going to write a movie on a whim and like film it as they went. So
Gotcha.
So they literally kept all the same cast members, right, that were already signed on to do this original flick. And they were like, yo, here's the thing, we can't do that flick. But here's like 30 pages of a new flick that we'd like to do instead. And they sent it all to us. It was fucking jiving real nicely. Everybody stayed on the project. So they brought us all up to New Hampshire, Plymouth, New Hampshire, at some old ski lodge that I guess like they Airbnb or something like that nowadays. But and they literally, so the writers and the producers, they only had the first 30 to 35 pages of the script written. Every night after we filmed so much, these motherfuckers stayed up until like 3, 4, 5 in the morning writing the next day's content that was to be shot.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's
like,
crazy.
So nuts. And I gotta say, like, my boy Chris, who stars in it, he helped.
Shout outs to Chris.
Chris Goodwin, man, I love you, bro.
Chris Goodwill.
Goodwin.
Goodwin. Good win.
Super.
That's why I'm trying to have a good win.
Multi-talented kid. Like, this kid amazes me. Yeah, no. So he had a hand in writing it. He has a hand in the editing, the whole story. It's mind-boggling the way.
Who have you worked with? Like any mainstream actors?
Yeah, I've been on set with a lot of mainstream actors, but
anybody you could recall?
It's hard to say that I've worked with them because
but you know, who have you been on set with? Like anybody like major like that you're like, wow, this is crazy. Like I can't believe, kind of like an inspiration to you. You know, because the show is,
if we're talking about
a motivational show.
About that, then we're talking about shit like fucking background work, and you know, I don't really love to talk too much about extra work that I've done over the years.
Hey, but it counts.
It doesn't.
It's part of the journey.
It doesn't though, because
everyone starts somewhere.
As Sam Jackson likes to say, like, extras are moving props, and that's
I feel different.
It's an insult, but
It is an insult because a lot of people start there.
But it does. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But it does nothing for the progression of an actor's career.
Tiffany Haddish started as a fucking background.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people started.
There's gonna be a lot of stories about that shit that are like somewhat far fetched. You know,
look at J-Lo. She was a fucking backup dancer in fucking Living Color. Like,
nah, she was
like a background.
She wasn't background. She was,
that's a background.
A dancer. She was a dancer.
But she didn't talk. She didn't act.
That segment of the show.
But it was like a small clip. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's considered background shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're not a big star. You're not on the show. You're not talking. You're not acting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was in Living Color, right?
Yeah, that's how J-Lo started.
Yeah, but that was just in Living
Color.
Then
she landed Selena. Imagine that shit.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
you gotta understand where I'm coming from right now. Yeah. So, you know, Jim Carrey's another one. You know what I mean? He was on Living Color too. Yeah, he had little skits though.
No, he was a regular on there.
Yeah, but he didn't have a mainstream movie.
He did not. But in Living Color and his style of comedy
he killed it. He used to kill it on there.
Amazing.
Shout out to Jim Carrey. He's one of my favorites. Who's your top 5 favorite actors?
Arguably,
we gotta get into this. Right?
Arguably the best physical comedic performer.
Comedians. Let's just stick to comedians. Who's your favorite? Or you could do actors. Whatever. Who's your favorite 5? Top 5.
I hate this question.
Just give it a go. Roll the dice.
Brad Pitt.
You like Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt's my idol. I mean,
you look like you could be related to Brad Pitt.
I've been digging Brad Pitt movies since I was friggin' 12, 13 years old, man. Like,
that was another question I wanted to ask you. Like,
movies like Fight Club and
Fight Club. So those were some of the movies you watched coming up, like growing up.
Yeah,
nice. So you like Brad Pitt? Who else? That's one.
Oh, he's stumping me. I love
Mark Wahlberg.
I admire Mark Wahlberg.
But he's not favorite, right?
I'm a huge fan of Mark's. I've actually worked with him.
That's awesome. Shout out to Mark Wahlberg. He's from Boston.
Yeah, he was doing the AT&T DirecTV commercials in Boston when he was filming Daddy's Home 2 in Boston with Will Ferrell, and I got hired to be like his stand-in on set.
Yo, that's fire.
So I essentially did everything that he does in the commercial, but he comes and goes when he pleases. So when he gets there, they're like, all right, let's film Mark. And if anybody doesn't know what a stand-in does, pretty much like...
You're like his double.
Nah, it's not photo double work. It's not photo double work. That's all different. Like, a stand-in essentially is when all the technical shit is happening on a movie set or a commercial set. Like, you know, they're setting up the lights, the cameras figuring out their framing, you know, the sound operator, the boom, like whoever's like, you know, holding the boom.
Oh, and they just need your body there.
Yeah, I'm essentially like in Mark's place, doing the whole actions, doing the whole thing for Pete Berg, the director, like for, you know, for the client, AT&T, they're all seeing me do the thing that Mark's doing. But then finally when Mark gets to set and gets dressed and all the things, once they're ready to roll, they're like, all right, Eddie, thank you. You can go.
We don't need you no more.
We're good. We're good. But no, that was actually a really interesting experience for me. I gotta say, like that
must have been a big moment.
It was not a big moment. It was just.
It was dope.
It was interesting for me. Like it was. Man. I had all the cats with the ad agency, all the client with AT&T and DirecTV, like because it was during that DirecTV when AT&T acquired DirecTV and they were pumping out like huge ad
like
campaign.
A promo.
Yeah, huge ad campaign. They paid Mark like fucking $10 million to fucking
damn.
Shit, what I read in articles, but yeah, they were all super gracious towards me at the end. They were like, "Hey, thank you so much. Like, you know, you were so great. Like, I'm like, damn, y'all could have just hired me. I would have done
Yeah,
it. I would have done it for 1%.
For real, they gave him $10
$10
million, but they gave you $300. They fucking played you.
I did a little better than that, but they could have given me 8%.
That's just crazy. The way they fuck you in the industry, huh? It ain't even a fucking joke. It's crazy.
That's why we're struck.
Yo, and that's another thing. Now, I also know you do modeling. Like, how'd you get into that? Just off of the acting thing, or?
So, just being in New England, and you know the television, film, commercial modeling market is like, it's not as big as it is as in like New York or LA, right? So
yeah,
it's all kind of balled up into one thing here in New England, right? So like I said, I was doing a bunch of plays. I started doing student films, started getting into independent films, and then I was like, all right, I gotta get an agent. So now when it comes to the talent agencies here in Boston, they're pretty much a one-stop shop for film, commercial, television, anything coming through, modeling, any work coming through there. They're a one-stop shop. The agencies in Boston, I would argue that they're not even like talent agencies. Because they don't necessarily work super exclusively for you, but
they do like a little bit of everything.
They do a little bit of everything, and they're more of a talent house.
Gotcha.
They stack their roster,
and they scout
so much. Their rosters are through the roof with different people, and anytime a certain gig comes around, they submit as many people as they can
and see what they could get.
It's like throwing shit at the wall and
see what sticks.
Exactly.
And
they hope that one of their clients gets the gig so they can get their commissions, get their agency fees, and all this, that, and the other thing. So just by getting an agent in Boston, like the modeling shit just kind of came, naturally. Wow. And it was like I never really modeled, but one of the first gigs I booked was I don't know, some company called, it wasn't a modeling gig, it was a commercial, more of a commercial gig. But yeah, the modeling gigs just kind of came, before you know it, you're like, oh, Timberland's looking at you for, some live event they're doing in New Hampshire. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, sure, I'd love to work for Timberland.
They give you free stuff?
Hell no. These motherfuckers
they don't give you shit?
Yo, let them know. Let them know right here, right now. These motherfuckers are cheap as fuck. They don't give you shit. Yo, I did a runway show for Clark's shoes.
That's fucked up.
I did a runway show for Clark's shoes. Fuck Clark's shoes, man. Of London, of England. Yo, they had me wearing flip-flops. They had me
open toes?
They had me barefoot wearing flip-flops.
They had you on the Jesus head.
Like you would think they'd say, you know what, Eddie? You were barefoot wearing these joints. Like, here, take them. But no, they took them back. They fucking took them back.
They took those shits back through COVID and all.
Oh, this is way pre-COVID.
Oh, that's probably why.
Way pre-COVID.
Right now, they probably would have been like, you keep them shits. We don't want
still on a shelf somewhere.
We don't want the fucking
$5 million corporate headquarters. And
what the fuck? Yo, Clark, you're some cheap motherfuckers.
Cheap ass motherfuckers.
That's crazy. What other spots?
Very politically correct on this.
What other joints you did? Them motherfuckers didn't give you nothing. Not even a hoodie? A sweater?
No, I mean, I've gotten a few things, like I've gotten
a t-shirt.
Yeah, like I got
a fucking beanie. Here's a beanie.
Honestly, man, like
you want a pair of gloves?
To be honest, most of the shit that they want
to give in the middle of summer. You want some winter gloves?
A lot of times, if they want to give me something, I'm like, I got no use for that.
You want a headband?
I say no, thank you.
Fuck, I need a headband.
No, I've never modeled headbands.
Yo, that's fucking nuts. Oh man, shout outs to you, bro. Now, so do you like doing modeling work, or is it fucking annoying? It's annoying, right?
No, I'll be honest. I do enjoy doing.
You like modeling?
Anything like
I can see you posing and shit. Yeah.
No, because I do a lot of lifestyle modeling.
Vogue. Every time I think about it, you like that Madonna joint. You ever heard the Madonna song?
Vogue.
Vogue.
No, to be honest, like anything that gets me on set, I enjoy doing. I enjoy.
You just love the life.
Lifestyle modeling. Yeah, I do. I love the life. I love. I mean, I did a great gig recently for a hotel, and I made some good friends on it. Met some great.
It was like a
people.
hotel ad.
Yeah, the marketing for a new hotel in Boston, and
even that you just loved it.
So lifestyle modeling is different than like what people may think of what modeling is. Lifestyle modeling is literally just like acting like you do naturally, like on
like phone, everyday life.
Yeah, like but
or running or like hanging out.
Yeah.
So pretty much the message is for everyone out there: love what you do. Because if you don't love what you do, you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. And that's something that we could both agree on, right?
That is a message, yes.
Listen, we're going to take a brief intermission and we'll be right back. All right, we're back with Eddie Nason in the building. And we got to take a quick break. But yeah, do what you do, love what you do, man. We could both agree on that, as we said before.
Absolutely.
Now, anything right now that you're currently working on?
What do I got going on at the moment? I'm gearing up for a winter shoot for a series. Like it's a six episode limited series. It's called He'll Be Home for Christmas.
Oh shit, you on your fucking Jack Frost shit.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's about time I do a Christmas flick.
I see you. That's dope.
And
when is that coming out?
It's an interesting story. I think people would dig it. It's
like a family.
It's definitely family. Oh, it's so family. It's so family drama driven.
Is it like It's a Wonderful Life? That's what we always watch that every year.
Nah, it ain't like that. It's actually it's about a family of siblings whose dead father returns home for Christmas Day.
Wow.
So it delves into like...
Well, in the spirit form or like real form?
Real form.
Oh, shit.
It's bizarre. It's kind of bizarre. So yeah, he comes back every Christmas Day and like sorts out all the family's problems. Because all of his kids, his wife, everybody's like waiting for him to return on Christmas Day to help them sort through all their fucking shit that they're dealing with in their lives, you know? And so I guess it's kind of delving into, certain themes of like, the importance of like mourning the
missing someone and then
lost one.
And realizing that sometimes, cherish them while they're here.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, so
it's like a message behind that.
Yep. There's this
life is short.
Themes, yep. I can't talk too much about it.
Yeah.
The producers don't want me to say too much about it.
What else you got besides that? What else besides that one?
Yeah, no, that's about it, really. To be honest with you, I got this screening, this premiere of this Everwinter Night. I don't think I finished really talking about that.
Okay.
That's the one that was like shot very experimentally, where they were kind of like writing the film as we went. They had us up in the ski lodge in New Hampshire for a week or so, and every morning it was like, here's your lines, here's your shit for today. Like it was a really interesting film experience.
Oh, so it was on the spot.
Yeah. We literally got our lines the day up. We had to learn our lines and learn our performance the day of.
That's interesting that you're still working. How do you feel right now about the strike that's going on? Or do you even want to elaborate on that?
I don't really want to elaborate on that, to be honest with you. It doesn't necessarily pertain to me, so I don't.
Doesn't matter. It's all politics, right?
Yeah, it doesn't
Everything's
matter,
all
man.
politics.
I'm still working on.
Even though, right? Even though he's still working.
No, there's so many contracts still available to.
Yeah.
So you can still work. There's so many contracts.
People make it. It's just the reason why. The reason why I ask, because so many big celebrities partaking in it. Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? Like that they're even involved. I would say.
Yeah, it's all media shit, man. Like, you know, I saw something recently. I forget who the hell it was that attended a SAG rally in New York, and it's like, yo, who gives a fuck if he's there or not? Like, he ain't struggling. He's not. That dude's living the cush life. Like, what does he fucking give a shit about?
He's just there.
I mean, I get it. I get it in the grand scheme of things. Like, you know,
for him to support it,
yeah,
everything will be there.
Exactly, but for me personally,
is it really making a change?
It will.
Nah.
Yeah, it'll make a change. It'll make a change. Yeah. Yeah. Streaming is definitely the new thing. Like, you know, tuning into NBC at 8 o'clock at night on a Friday to watch a program is no longer the thing. Streaming is the thing. People fucking go on Netflix and binge watch shit. And talent needs to be paid accordingly. The same way they broke it down with views on NBC 10 at 8 o'clock at night on a Friday night.
And even with music, with streams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they need to figure it out.
Quick question, just to change subjects, because I know that's just
but let me say one more thing. I just want to say one more thing. Like, for me, you know, I'm still kind of working towards, like, cracking that nut of breaking into Hollywood. So like, it doesn't really pertain to me. You know?
You're not in there yet. You're not in there yet.
But hopefully when that time comes, it'll all be sorted out.
When you break it in.
Because I got a lot of friends. I know a lot of people that probably want that shit. You know, they probably feel like they've been fucked over the last several years because it's, you know, they're not tracking streaming the way they track broadcasts.
Yeah. Stuff. And some people get fucked hard.
Oh, harder, Daddy.
Don't get me started, man.
Now, who would you like to work with? I gotta ask you this. Who would be your dream collaboration to work with in a movie? Or anything, period, pertaining to acting. A sitcom, a movie. It could be a fucking Broadway show. Who would you like to work with? Like, an actor-wise or actress. Who would be like a dream come true?
I don't really have I don't think about that.
Like, you know how some people like Robert De Niro, like those are the type of people, like, that's like dream come true. Al Pacino.
Well, all right. So, you know, I've recently had a producer reach out to me and share a script with me, an amazing script that, you know, for me personally, I would love to be involved in. I read the script. I'm like, you know, she was like, any particular roles stand out to you? And I'm like, yeah, the lead fucking role stood out to me. And she's like, oh, okay. Would you want to, like, prepare a scene from the thing, and so I can show my producing team? And I was like, sure. She's like, what scene? I was like, all right, this one. I did it. Apparently, like, they liked it. The writer liked it. Whatever. But because I'm not like a named actor, because I don't have.
You're not a star yet.
I'm not a star yet. They're not gonna give me the fucking part.
So who was the movie with?
But apparently, so without saying too much about it, you know, the movie, one of the themes in the movie is like this, has to do with this real tumultuous relationship between a father and a son.
Wow.
Father being a fucking nasty, like, douchebag alcoholic.
Yeah.
Which is what I dealt with in my real life.
Yeah, so you can relate.
So this movie spoke to me on many levels, and I'm like, yo, I want to fucking play this part. And then they're talking about fucking they have a way to get Harrison Ford to read this part, to take a look at this part of playing the
father,
the drunken father. And I'm like, that would be fucking amazing. So, all right, so if you can hire Harrison Ford, what does it matter if I got a fucking name or not? Like,
that's crazy.
Like, just put me on, you know?
Yeah. No, that's crazy. So Harrison Ford would have been on the movie? Harrison Ford?
No, it's not set in stone. I don't even know.
But more or less, they're saying he might read for the screening.
Yeah, they were trying to say that they have a way to
get him on there,
to get the script over to him to see if he's interested in the part. But so like, yeah, I mean, I'm ready to fucking get to the next level and work with
stars.
whomever.
Yeah,
doesn't
matter. You could be up and coming. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me. I just know what I bring to the table and what my on-camera presence is like, and you know,
you're ready.
I'm just ready to. It don't matter who I'm working with. I can work with whomever, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
That's awesome.
For me, I see myself. If I gotta typecast myself, I see myself in leading roles, strong supporting roles. I'm not, you know, I'm not like, when movies come to Massachusetts and shit to film, and they look into the, you know, you want to talk about Good Burger. I had an opportunity to talk about to audition for Good Burger 3 times, and I'm like, I'm not getting cast in these roles. They're gonna hire somebody different for these roles, like somebody that doesn't necessarily look like me. So
wow.
I just know what my place is.
You don't waste your time.
Yeah, and I don't waste my time. I know what my place is in the industry, and it's just I'm trying to figure out my marketing and my whole shit right now to try to like
see where your lane is.
Exactly. No, I know what my lane is. Just trying to
where you could get where you accepted at.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Now, what's next for Eddie Nason, man? What's next for you?
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you. Just going with the flow, right? You're just out there, just working, staying busy.
It's the life of an actor, man. Like, you don't know. I mean, you know, when we think of actors, we think of celebrities, we think of A-listers. These people have opportunities coming to them often.
Yeah.
You know, that's not where I'm at right now. So I couldn't tell you. Like, I mean, it's hard. It's fucking hard. Like,
hopefully you could get a role tomorrow, right, and just fucking blow up. That's the goal.
That's the goal. Sure.
That's the.
And I'm not
the ultimate goal.
You just got to keep working at it. You know what I mean? Like,
stay consistent.
Stay consistent. Keep working at it. Keep
honing your craft.
Yep. Exactly. Marketing is a big thing.
Where can they follow you at? Social media wise, if they wanted to contact you for any roles or maybe reach out to you, somebody out there seeing this podcast.
I mean, I have my direct contacts with, like,
you know, social media wise, Instagram,
Instagram.
Where can they follow you? Like, what's the name?
Eddie_Nason.
Eddie_Nason. Make sure you follow him. So, you know, if they want to do independent film, they can reach out. Independent films or modeling work, anything like that. You open to that?
Anything.
Anything to make money? He's open.
Pretty
you
much.
got the bag? Holla at your boy. He's open to work. Yeah. That's awesome. Now, can we agree that all the experiences that you went through got you where you are today in life, more or less?
Yeah, we can't agree.
More or less?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Any advice for those out there who maybe experiences the same things that you are today?
You know, I would say just you can't give up on things. You know, you can't, like, as an actor. You know, I told myself from the onset, like I'm not putting a fucking timeline on this thing. A lot of people are like, oh, if I don't fucking, make certain.
If I don't make it by 40, I quit.
I'm done. You can't do that. You can't.
You never know, right?
You have to be persistent. You have to keep putting in the work.
Like, there's people that make it really old in life. Like, you could be 50 and look at Warren Buffett and people like that. I look at people like that. They're fucking billionaires. You know what I mean? Like, it takes people longer than others sometimes.
Yeah.
It might take you 30 years.
I'm that guy. That is
I still believe.
Too long. Too goddamn long.
Nah, but me too.
But persistence.
I've been rapping since fucking like 12 years old, bro.
Really?
I do music. That's my first passion, is music. Everyone in my family be like, oh, you never made it in rap. They be clowning me. Like, a lot of people, not everyone, but I know there's a few.
Great voice.
I know a few cousins of mine, they be like, oh, nigga never made it. Probably laugh at me. Whatever. Something's gonna hit. It either be podcasts, boxing, fucking acting, something, modeling. I don't give a fuck. I do it all. I just did a Ink magazine competition. Trying to be on the Ink tattoo magazine type shit. Like, something's gonna fucking land.
Yeah.
It don't matter. I'm gonna keep going.
Because you're persistent.
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to.
I'm not gonna give up.
Networking's a big thing too. Like, if definitely like try to learn like the knack for networking. I'm not so good at it. I have friends friends in LA. I got friends all over the place working in the industry, and it's like I'm just not so good at the networking aspect. I'm trying to the social media, right? All that shit. Suck at the social media.
It's because we're from the old school, man. We gotta get used to it.
If you suck at social media, hire somebody to do that shit for you, or like, find, figure it out. I don't know. I'm no good at it, but it's tough. It's tough. It's a rat race, is what it is, and that's not to discourage anybody. It's if you want something bad enough and you're willing to put in the work and be persistent and, keep learning and all those things, and, hopefully you can apply those things, something will come. Something will come
eventually.
Yeah.
Any special shout outs or, any last words to inspire those out there?
Yeah.
Who want to maybe do acting, It's a different type of thing, Nowadays, everybody likes to rap. You know what I mean? That's like the new, like, it's becoming like a thing, I feel like.
That's a tough racket.
I'm going to be honest, like, back in the day when I started rapping, nobody rapped. It's so crazy. Everybody in their fucking mother raps. Yo.
Really?
Yo, everybody raps.
I actually didn't know that.
Everybody raps. Huh. It's crazy. Like, you meet people now, like, I rap. It's dope, but hey, to each his own. But like, now when I meet people that do other things, I'm like, oh shit, somebody that doesn't rap. It's just different. I'm actually surprised. You know what I'm saying? But it's dope, man. Keep doing your thing, Eddie Nason. It's been an honor to have you on the Jmack Experience podcast. Once again, let them know where they can follow you at, Eddie Nason.
Just Instagram, Eddie_Nason.
And be on the lookout. What was the name of the I'll Be Home for Christmas, you said? What was the name of that?
Yeah, that's a series. He'll Be Home for Christmas. It's like a 6-part limited series. May land on Amazon, may land, I don't know where it's gonna land actually.
It'll be out there.
Just remember, He'll Be Home for Christmas. It's a fun show, funny dramedy. You got it all in that.
We're going to Halloween, but we're going to Christmas soon, so.
Right.
Hey, man, Eddie Nason, once again, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming on the Jmack Experience podcast.
Thank you, man.
We're signing out. You already know. The Jmack Experience podcast, episode 13, Eddie Nason. Thanks for coming on the Jmack Experience podcast. Be sure to come back for another episode every single week. Until next time, peace.